Hello everyone, I am back. Have you grabbed the Grim Reader with the April flip through? And I had this beautiful postcard of April from one of the years I know exactly where I got it. It was in Heidelberg at the bookstore on the main street in Heidelberg. I got a whole year worth of beautiful postcards with sort of glittery, nostalgic type feel. And I still had this one over. It's from a while ago, a couple years, and I thought, what the heck, I will put it in here. So it's my April dashboard with some washi. April, I kind of was looking at it, but before I started filming this video, it was sort of like getting busy, getting anxious about upcoming retirement stuff, and also Germany. And I remember how I have made a tradition of not having class on Good Friday, even though I'm not particularly religious myself, but I always kind of, it's a bit of a silly excuse, but maybe not, for cultural reasons, because in Germany, it's where I was, at least, it was a holiday. And I mean, because even though I'm not religious, I know what supposedly happened on that day. And I'm like, well, maybe it's a good day to not have a normal day. So, anyway, it was a good rest day for me because I was just really busy this last month. I got behind in my routines. I specifically remember being behind in things like laundry, just the basics of catching up with all the grading that has to be done. I still kind of felt like, I mean, I had to do it as much as it was the end. I can't just not do it. And being frazzled, but I think I wrote here, I frazzled, but I think I'm doing it to myself, which of course whenever, almost always I am doing it to myself, but I felt like it was with good reason because of the impending changes. So there's not much, I didn't really feel like I was overdoing it that much, overthinking. I mean, more than usual. I had this little entry about making every moment count, about how I was just thinking about how it says here something like, it doesn't mean you have to have every moment be exciting or dramatic. It just means kind of being present to the moment and making it either joyful or as less uncomfortable as you can. Like, make the best of every moment kind of thing. This is another one of my sayings that I like. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect, or at least as close to perfect as you can. That kind of thing. I love how the washi tape of the yellow butterfly goes with the fact that I did see my first butterfly of the year, and it was yellow. And I'm just recalling now that I think yesterday, or the day before, I saw I think it was a butterfly, even though I am living in a concrete jungle of the mall here. There's no green, right? There's a green park across the way that I don't really go too much because it doesn't have a lot of shade, or it does have shade on the side, but it's a bit far away and I'm lazy. But I did see a little orange butterfly fluttering around in front of the mall entrance, and I was excited. It could have been a moth, but it was daytime, so I'm thinking it was a little orangey brown butterfly. It was small. And I saw another white one the next day, and I wrote that down, and just kind of trying to move through the months. And this looks okay. I mean, I have a feeling right now I'm dealing with the issue of how much time do I want to invest in. I want to make sure I do journal, and I don't mind spending a certain amount of time doing my entries, but it does have to have a boundary. You can't be endless, because everything I do, if I don't sort of rein it in, it can have this never-ending or sort of leaking aspect to it, which I need to avoid because I do want to get different things done. Just kind of how I deal with time is interesting. As a slow processor, that's kind of what I'm calling it. Everything, like, until my brain is ready to do stuff, it takes a while, if that makes sense. Work. I'm glad it'll be all over soon, is what I wrote here. Saw a rabbit here. I do kind of miss the little garden, backyardiness of my life that I guess I really do enjoy back when I have a backyard. So it'll be nice to get back to that. This idea of micro seasons, for example, is connected to nature, which, I mean, I don't have a lot of the stuff, like I don't have reeds, but I like the idea of just kind of honoring every little section of the year as opposed to just the big sections. I think that might be fun. It felt like things are speeding up right now because it's getting to the end of April, and classes were going to end first week of May, so soon. And yeah, still kind of experimenting with these other kinds of entries. Calm the F down. This is when I was trying to figure out and getting help with moving books out of my office. And I'm pretty proud that I got it all done before the trip. I got all the books out. I'm completely moved out. No, actually, I have given them my keys already. I've done everything there. I don't have an office anymore when I get back. So, except at home, of course. You can turn back the clock, but you can't turn back the clock, but you can wind it up again, which just seems sort of retirement appropriate. And then here we have this, sometimes I do this thing where I make a list here, kind of like a to-do list in the middle of the page, and feeling extremely frazzled and sort of excited, etc., because of all the stuff happening. And that brings us to the end of April, and a raccoon sighting. So Rocky the raccoon made an appearance. Our raccoon, if it's the same one, is kind of chunky. I don't know, I always think it might be a mother raccoon having babies, but they are pretty cute. And it's always hilarious to see the cats be like, you are not a cat, what are you? They're not scared or anything, they're just kind of funny. So that was that was April, and here we're starting with May, so that'll be the next video. Bye.